All right, day 4 of the Food Fights project, and today was an interesting one. I never did a cooking class before, and there was a lot going on. I think it was a good idea. One of my students gave me this idea. She said her cousin signed up for this cooking class and she had a ball. And I thought, I'm supposed to immerse myself in the culture and have to get myself introduced to actual people who live here. So I said that would be a really good idea, a really easy way to do it. And the best part was that the focus of the group, it was like a group learning experience. The focus of the group was on Greek culture and Greek identity. Not so much a nationalism part of it, just the Greek identity part of it. To be Greek. Well, we like to say in the United States, we say, well, let's get some Greek food. To them, it's just food. It never really occurred to me, but they do label their food Greek. This Greek yogurt, Greek salad, this and that. They have that prefix, which I thought still very interesting. So we had a couple of things. We made a couple of things. The first thing we did was we made something called Imam Baladi or Baladidi. It's like an eggplant. I'm not getting the name right because I can't pronounce it. It's an eggplant dish it's vegetarian, and it hails back from the period of the Ottoman Empire. And so, like, the story goes that this is so delicious that this imam fainted. And so, it's a nice little story to go, but it's tied into this idea of being part of the Ottoman Empire. And in many ways, like yesterday's dish that we enjoyed, there's also this history of like this yearning for the yearning for something that resembles more autonomy. I think, right? When you think about that, it celebrates because it's a Imam Baladi, whatever. That is a dish that was possibly created in Greek Anatolia. So the part of Turkey that was once controlled or that was once occupied or lived. Greeks were living there. So that's what I'm trying to say. Very tired. I still have jet lag. I'm not sleeping good. I'm sleeping well. I'm still sharp, sharp as a cue ball. But that being said, we made that dish. It was very good. I don't like eggplant. Like, I don't like baba ganoush. As a Lebanese person, I just don't like it. But I enjoyed that. It was kind of sweet. It was a sweet dish because he added some honey. He added a lot of honey, but it wasn't as sweet as I thought, given how much honey he poured. There was also another dish we made, tzatziki, which is really easy. I thought it was more complex than that, but it's very, very easy. Made with yogurt and other ingredients like dill. I chopped up the dill. Other people chopped up garlic and so on. The cooking class is just teaching you how to cook a dish, but also letting you do little things like chopping up veggies and whatnot, which I enjoyed anyway. I met some interesting people. I met two people from Canada. I met a couple from Canada, a couple from Australia. Both of those two couples were there for their honeymoon, which is kind of nice. Then we had a mom and a son from Estonia, and then two people from Philadelphia, so in the United States. And so there was the most interesting person, I think, was this French lady who sat next to me, and she was very kind, very nice, very funny, and I really enjoyed my time sitting with her, and she gave me her thoughts on my project and gave me a lot of great ideas. One of the ideas we explored is the issue of faux pas, making a mistake on the table, not being, serving yourself first, or let's say, telling somebody to pass it over without saying please or something like that. So we studied those issues there, and it was a lot of fun. Then we had coffee together, which was great because she gave me even more details of what her thoughts were on the experience, a cooking class, and so on. And the last thing we had, which is what I have here for us right now, is grape leaves, or dolmades, also known as dolma in Armenia. or sarma in Turkey. And in Lebanon, they're called something, which I can't remember right now. I'm embarrassed. But these are made, it was served hot. And they're made with meat. And I rolled a couple of these and I got them to stick. It's really easy. And people are it's a very important dish, I think. A lot of people enjoy these as appetizers. But these are made with meat. I'm more used to them with being vegetarian. But I think vegetarian, if it's called vegetarian, I think it's called orphan or something like this. Something the Greeks refer to vegetarian food as orphan or the fake. That's another one, fake. I gotta add that to my notes, I forgot. So here it is. It's just I'm sure a lot of you had these grape leaves before. There's the meat. It's very good. With fresh ingredients. We went to a market too. Before we went to a market to buy the ingredients, and we got some pistachios and stuff like that and tried them out. It was great. But two things occurred to me. The first thing was, as you go into this market, there's a lot of meat. Like, Greeks enjoy meat. Back in the old, like before independence and a long time ago, people were poor and so they couldn't afford meat, and now they're really chowing down. And so a lot of Greek dishes are vegetarian for that purpose. It's because of this, meat is a luxury. So now everybody's enjoying meat. I mean, it's something to celebrate. I mean, we can finally afford meat, and we did better than our parents, and our kids will do better than their kids. I mean, that's the American dream, right? But in Greece, let's eat meat. But anyway, we walk along, and right behind the butchers, like behind the wall, behind some of the meat stalls, there was a graffiti. Vegan for life. Why? It's not 4, F-O-R, it's the number 4. We're not going to convince these people. So, I mean, to stop eating meat by saying that, but the graffiti's everywhere. So I don't know who is doing this and why, but vegan for life, I don't think that's something a Greek person would say. That's something an American would say. And it got me thinking, I wonder if some of that can be considered like a form of activism, colonialism. I don't know, based on what you eat. You're judged based on what you eat. So if you're a meat eater, you're not a nice person, you're a prick. Excuse my French, but you're an ass, right? An asshole. You're using the very technical term, of course. I don't know. It's one of those things that maybe I'll try to figure out. Like, you're known to be this type of person if you consume blank. So maybe if you consume pork in the Muslim and Jewish religion, you're unclean. Or if you consume beef in India, you're committing a heinous act or something to that effect, because cows are sacred in India. Therefore, and a very specific reason. So lots to think about. Do we stereotype people based on what we eat? I mean, if vegans, the stereotypical vegan is someone who thinks that, everyone should follow their example, right? Kind of a new Puritanism. Back in, I think 100 years ago, people used to eat, there's the guy who invented cornflakes did so because he was obsessed by just keeping themselves pure. So there's a lot of goodies, in this project, and I'm keeping an open mind about things. But I'm enjoying myself so far. It's been fun. I just wish I could get some rest. I'm sure it will. I mean, they say that the more time zones you skip, the harder it is to recover from jet lag. So I'm in for another 5 days of this, but we'll see how it goes. Spirits are high. So tomorrow, I want to go to this. Give me a second here. I think it's called an ethnography museum. National Historical Museum. So that should be a lot of fun. But what some of these museums are like, I'm really looking forward to because they're very specific. But all of these national museums must have some sort of ethnography bent. So that's what I'm looking forward to there. Anyway, I have a lot more stories about what happened today. It was very funny, especially the faux pas incidents. But maybe that's something you kind of want to read the book, God willing, when it comes out in 3 years. Anyway, maybe 2 years. I'm gonna work hard. I mean, I really enjoyed myself, and it's gonna be a project that I'm going to enjoy thoroughly, writing, finishing, and hopefully there'll be other spin-off projects with articles I'm looking forward to. So there's a lot to do, lots to appreciate. But anyway, so that's day 4 already. I think I'm 1/4 done with the trip for Greece, so I still have a lot to learn. And my first interview is on Saturday with a restaurant owner, and then I have another interview on Monday with a blogger, a food blogger. So that should be great, God willing. Anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.